My next guests are opening their home to a Syrian refugee family who are expected to arrive tomorrow. Brian and Philomena Logel join me from their home in Orangeville, Ontario by Skype. So it's been a long process, but the family are finally coming to Canada tomorrow. How are you both feeling?
Excited, nervous, overwhelmed, but I'm sure that's all the things that they're feeling as well. So we know that it's going to be a good experience for us.
And Brian, why did you decide to do this?
Oh, it's always the tough question. We were asked to do this by Aura, which is an organization that connects groups like ours with refugees. Philomena was involved with the organization 6 years ago, and they brought in an Iraqi family at that time. And so this last November, they held a meeting at Westminster United Church in Orangeville and asked if the people present would form a group and sponsor this time a Syrian family. So we just felt we had to do it. There was really no choice. We just felt that our country wasn't doing enough to help all the refugees, and that private citizens had to step up and help if there wasn't any official help for them. And then what's the other reason?
And then we see the news, of all the devastation that's happening in Syria, and we have children and grandchildren of our own, and we would like them to grow up in a world, and these new families to grow up in a world where it's safe and peaceful for them.
Yeah, that's a pretty basic thing that people should be able to experience, right? Let me ask you, Brian, so I understand you've set up, you've got a home for them on your land, or just tell me a little bit about where they'll be living and how you've set up their accommodations.
No, we'll be signing the lease later this week. We've rented a townhouse unit for them right in Orangeville. It wouldn't be good for them to live out here. We live in the country and there's no bus service, and it would just be a challenge for people without a car to live out here. So as I say, we've rented a townhouse for them, and we'll be moving their stuff in, all donated, over the next few days, with a particularly big push on Saturday to bring the large furniture. We've had a storage unit for more than 6 months filled with items, and the Restore store in Orangeville has promised to help us fill out our list, which we've been working on all summer.
But just to say that we're arriving tomorrow, we're meeting at the airport, and we will bring them to our home for the next several days so that they can just ease into life here. It's going to be quite a journey for them. They've already started it, and so we want them to ease into their place slowly. We'll just move everything in and get the house prepared for them. But they'll stay with us in the meantime. As well, we have people bringing in food for them. We're having a pantry shower next week so that we can stock their kitchen cupboards. And we've got teams of people that are ready to drive them wherever they need to go. We've got couples that are waiting to walk the kids to school. We're going to take the kids this week to register them at their school, which is within walking distance of their house. But we feel that it might be a little bit daunting for them to do it on their own. So there's various people have volunteered. All of this is done by volunteers. Various people have volunteered to walk with them.
You know, it's amazing, I think, to some people to see the kind of generosity, the time, welcoming strangers in your home. And Brian, this isn't the first time you've done this, right? You've sponsored refugees in the past.
Well, Philomena has worked with a group that did that, and it was friends of ours that had an Iraqi family in their house. I believe they stayed about 6 weeks with them. So we haven't done it ourselves, so it's going to be new and exciting for us. But and also the Iraqi family had their English skills were a little more advanced than what our Syrian family, it seems that they have just minimal English skills.
but we've remained friends with the Iraqi family, and I actually connected Tamara and this Rahman, who's a woman in this couple, and they've been connecting and speaking in Arabic to each other. So we hope that they can, when our family arrives, that we will have many more happy reunions with them.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking with both of you. Thank you very much for taking the time.
You're welcome. Thank you, Andrew.
That is Brian and Philomena Logel. They're sponsoring a Syrian refugee family. They joined me from their home in Orangeville, Ontario, by Skype.